Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, herewith from Australian Eloquence, the complete Decca Malcolm's Sargent recordings. Now, Sargent was known, as some of you may know, for Gilbert and Sullivan and his conducting of large choral works, Handel and English oratorios and things like that. Not so much for other stuff. Most of his legacy was on EMI, now Warner. There was a big Malcolm Sargent icon box. But this contains his Decca stuff, most of which is mono from the beginning of the 50s with a little stereo stuff afterwards. There are 14 discs, and there's some really good, fun things in here, and some interesting things as well that I sort of enjoyed while listening. So what do we got here? I'm going to go through the booklet because it's the easiest way to do it. First, Beethoven's 4th and 5th Symphonies, recorded in 1918. No, it's 19 something. 19. No, do I have my magnifying glass here? Yes. Yay! There we go. Oh, this is such a big help. Decca Music Limited, 1946. Well, it sounds really rather good for 1946 and 1945 for Beethoven's 5th. Well, the 4th isn't anything special, but the 5th is kind of fun. It has the hot and heavy introduction. You know, the first 4 notes are totally unrelated to what comes later. It's dun, 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 dun. You know, fate knocking at the door. It's not in tempo. It's not even related to the tempo. And then the exposition sort of accelerates as it goes. And one thing that is really true, because between that opening and the finale, not too much happens. Sargent could deliver grandeur. Yes, nobilmente, as Elgar used to write all the time. The opening of the finale is really good. Everything else, he was not a disciplinarian particularly, and things are sometimes a little messy, and he doesn't hit rhetorical points with particular emphasis. He wasn't great. Let's face it, but at some things he was quite effective. Next, we get Tchaikovsky's 4th Symphony, which is a snooze fest, but the scherzo, something about Sargent. The scherzo is exciting. He did quick tempos really well. One thing he understood, and I think a lot of conductors today have something to learn from him, is if you're playing something quickly, don't slow down for the sake of discipline. Just play it quickly and let the chips fall where they may, because the excitement will make up for any little blurry glitches here and there. See, conductors today won't do that. They want to hear every note separately from every other note. Sargent wasn't like that. He was a big picture guy. He knew how fast he wanted it to go, and that's how fast it went. Whether it stayed together or not entirely, well, it went. And having it go is a big deal. It really is. Then we've got an Elgar Enigma Variations, one of 2 here, actually, which is also perfectly fine, but nothing special. It's from 1945. I mean, do you really want to hear the Enigma Variations from 1945? And Pomp and Circumstance March No. 5, all with this National Symphony Orchestra. Then we got Handel's music for the Royal Fireworks in the Hamilton Hardy version, which is perfectly fine. I mean, it's 4 little teeny movements, and then they're 4 and teeny. Scarlatti's a bit of the good-humored ladies, arranged by Tomasini, and the Grieg Lyric Suite. Yes, all from 1948, it looks like, or thereabouts. The sonics are a little variable. Sometimes they're kind of dull, but at other times they're remarkably vivid. You just have to sort of take it as it comes. And the Semiramide Overture, which is, there you need the discipline. I'm sorry, folks. There, a little micromanagement a la Claudio Abbado kind of helps. Berlioz, the Beatrice and Benedict Overture, and Supe, Poet and Peasant. Those people. Yeah, those are fine. I mean, they're old and grotty sounding. Haydn Symphony No. 98. Now, this was interesting. This is with the London Symphony, and it was recorded in 1945 again, or 46, pardon me. In the finale, they just leave out the keyboard part that Haydn himself would have played. It's just not there, which is sad, actually. But it just goes to show that Haydn always sounds better when played with a big orchestra. Even with corrupt parts or with whatever, it just works really well on the scale that Sargent adopts. The performance itself is not a great one, but it has a rightness of sonority, of grandeur, the thing he was good at. Schubert Ninth, the Great. Oh, this is exciting, actually. I enjoyed this performance, particularly the scherzo and finale, which he really rips into. Again, this is another case in point. Yes, the orchestra is a little patchy here and there, but he's got the tempo. The scherzo only takes 7 minutes. Oh, thank God. It's marvelous without all those repeats. Then we've got Handel, Messiah bits. Lots of Handel bits. It's like a Handel bit thing. We've got bits of Messiah, bits of Zadok the priest with a rehearsal for Same, or an outtake, a bit of Israel and Egypt, and Ombre My Fou, sung by Kathleen Ferrier. Oh, my goodness. Kathleen Ferrier people are just going to wilt. And then we've got some bits of Rosalinda with Kathleen Ferrier, and Semele and Alexander's Feast, and Solomon, and a couple alternate takes. Well, this was his meat and potatoes. It's Handel done in 19th century Handel festival terms. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. You may like it, you may not like it. Oh, look, the Hallelujah Chorus again. Okay, Mendelssohn, Violin Concerto with Ida Handel from 1945. Tchaikovsky Violin Concerto with Ruggero Ricci from 1950. These are, the accompaniments are nothing special, but some of the violin playing is splendid. Absolutely splendid. Max Rostal doing the Bartók Violin Concerto No. 2 with the London Symphony. Rather a famous performance from 1950. Interesting to have that, actually, along with the Alan Rawsthorne's Piano Concerto No. 2 with Clifford Curzon. Actually a good work. Something that deserves to be played again. I mean, it hasn't been revived very much. And this was a very fine performance of it. It really was. Purcell, arranged and edited by Albert Coates. Suite from the Dramatic Music of Purcell. That's what that is. Then there's another Enigma Variations, this time with the LSO from 1953, sounding rather better than the 1945 or 46 one. So that's okay. And the Bach St. Matthew Passion, edited by Elgar. What do we got here with Kathleen Ferrier? Oh, it's Have Mercy, Lord, on Me. Sounds a lot like Erbarme dich, or something like that. And more Kathleen Ferrier, Orfeo and Eurydice. All this stuff has been issued by all the Kathleen Ferrier freakazoid people. The Brahms 4 serious songs, orchestrated by Sargent and sung in English. Oh, how serious I am. Oh, how serious I am. Yeah, and the second song in English. I'm even more serious than I was in the first song. Cha-cha-cha. Yeah, okay. That's Kathleen Ferrier with the BBC Symphony. Walton. Oh, March, Orban Scepter. Oh, I love Orban Scepter. And Bach's Coronation March. And there must have been a coronation in England in 1953, I guess. Let's see, some pomp and circumstance stuff. The Imperial March, coupled to Peter and the Wolf with Ralph Richardson and Prokofiev's Classical Symphony. Oh, those are a nice, welcome, refreshing relief from all that pageantry and stuffiness. Holst, The Planets, with the London Symphony from 54. Sargent recorded the planets more than once. This performance is, again, nothing special. I mean, it's okay. He certainly knows how the work should go. But again, listen to Mercury. Boy, is it fast. And it's exciting. And yes, it's a blur in places, but ooh, and Mercury is hard. Trust me, it's hard. I played it, and it was a pain in the ass. The glockenspiel part when you're like chan 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 chan. It's got those awful rhythms that Holst writes all the time that don't make any sense. They're tough to maintain, but boy, do they play Mercury. It was worth it for me. And the Perfect Fool Ballet music from, 1946. Again, a surprisingly vivid recording. My goodness. Tchaikovsky Violin Concerto. Oh, again, why not? And the Dvorak Violin Concerto. These are the ones with Ruggero Ricci from 1961. They're fine performances. Ricci was at his peak. And, the accompaniments, again, are work-a-day. But you listen for the violin, right? Then we've got Sullivan. Lots of Sullivan. We've got the Yeoman of the Guard. Yay! With the D'Oyly Carte Opera Company and the Royal Phil. It's wonderful. Oh my gosh, from 1964. These were delightful, these Decca recordings. I had all these, in the original, Decca boxes and things with Donald Adams and John Reed and Elizabeth Harwood and Gillian Knight and all these famous people. They're just great. You also get Princess Ida, which is one of the least known but best of all the Gilbert and Sullivans. Princess Ida is fabulous, fabulous, fabulous work. With, all the same, doily card people. Then you've got the Sullivan Gala, which has just tons and tons of stuff. You got HMS Pinafore and the Pirates of Penzance with Poor Wandering One with Mabel. Hold, monsters, ere your pirate caravanserai proceed against our will to wed us all. Remember that? Okay, I know the whole thing. And the Mikado, and more of the Mikado, and Pinafore, and just the Ruddy Gore, and highlights from all of those things. They're just marvelous. Then there's on disc 16, there's a fabulous little thing called the Instruments of the Orchestra, which it was put together by Sargent, presented and accompanied at the piano by Sir Malcolm Sargent, and featuring excerpts from complete works that illustrate the pieces in question. So you get like a bit of Vaughan Williams' tuba concerto, and the elephant from the Carnival of the Animals for the double bass, and some Mozart Sinfonia Concertante for violin and viola for the viola. There's some really fun musical excerpts. It's a delight. It's absolutely a delight. When was it made? It was made in 1965. And it's just beyond charming and fun. And I wish they would do that more these days. So that's what you get, 16 discs. I mean, Sargent's not going to win any awards as a great conductor, let's face it. But he was a fun conductor. And like I said, there are lessons here. Lessons that are worth hearing, especially in scherzos and quick movements. They're really quite interesting. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.